We have some WTF Marjorie Greene.
Okay.
Have you guys ever played a WTF with us?
We have not.
Never.
We're going to play a word that Marjorie Taylor said, and you have to figure out what did she mean.
Gotcha.
Because then we'll play the full sentence so you can hear it
in context.
Right.
Yeah.
So here we go. B.
Fragrantly.
Fragrant?
Fragrantly?
Flagrant.
Flagrantly.
Fragrantly. Fragrantly.
Frequently.
Fragrantly.
Fragrantly. Frequently.
Flagrantly is got
Flagrantly.
Yeah.
I think it's a combination.
I heard
of
fragrantly.
I heard fragrantly.
Maybe
It's
frequently,
fragrantly.
fragrantly.
Let's hear it in context.
It was fragrantly.
Here we go, in context.
Why their due process rights are being so flagrantly and
Flagrantly.
horrifically violated.
Flagrantly, yep.
Yes.
You think
We
so?
got that one.
I hate it when my rights are fragrantly violated.
Well, no, it smells different. It depends on the fragrance.
Right.
Every time I walk through Macy's, they fragrantly violate me.
It's the gazpacho police. That's the problem.
It absolutely
That is the
is.
problem.
And it's
When you've
for her
got cold
Peachtree
tomatoes-
dish.
Well, that Peachtree dish. Let me tell you about the Peachtree dish. That is where all the bad things start.
With the fragrantly stuff.
Yeah,
Well,
and the
that's
Peachtree dish.
Right, exactly.
Frequently and fragrantly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now we have the other one, which is A. We have one more.
No, that's
it.
it. That's it.
That's
That's
it.
Just a one round of. She only did one bad one yesterday.
Only one
Let me
bad
tell you
one.
something. I don't think that these are like trips of the tongue either. I believe that if you asked her to write that word down, that she would write that fragrantly or whatever she can get you close wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right. You know, it's all
I
that
think-
CrossFit maybe getting to the what's left of her brain.
Do we believe that she participates in CrossFit? I just don't.
Not the way she's shaped.
I think she gets cardio at the gym with the guys.
Well, there's that.
Ooh, but who? I mean, really?
I know, really.
No, but this is a known fact that she has had numerous affairs with.
Maybe
other-
in her
Are
town
they all
in Georgia.
at a closing time? Because to me, she a closing time kind of woman. You know what I'm saying? She everybody else has gone home kind of choice.
Well, you get pumped up, you get all that testosterone flowing in the CrossFit gym, and she's like, "Look at me, I'm pretty. I got blonde hair."
Maybe she's a catch in her small town in Georgia.
You know what? She could be.
It better be a town of one.
There could be there could be guys there with a spork foot fetish that we don't know about.
Well, there's a lid for every pot.
That's
Is
right.
there?
Mm-hmm.
Is there?
You, Chris. That's beautiful.
You know what?
Bid for every
There
pot.
he is.
God don't give with both hands, and for some, not within.
The lid for her pot just happens to be square shaped.
Just a little. Just a little. It could be. Yeah, it could be the testosterone goggles going on.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's like beer goggles. It happens.
It would have to be. And it would have to be beer goggles after a lifetime of disappointment and loneliness.
Oh my.
They are Republican men.
They are Republican men. That is for sure.
Oh,
Oh,
hello.
let me tell you how much I hate Ivanka Trump. I'm sorry. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. I figured that would trigger you.
You had
my
a stroke,
dear.
didn't you?
Yes, she did. She had a conniption.
I just, first of all, I do agree with Fugel saying I'm really happy she got that filter, the Disney princess filter. What in the world? Is the goal to make us think that might be a mannequin?
Maybe.
Is that the goal?
Maybe, perhaps.
I loved her when she was a fembot on The Bionic Woman.
No, that was a good episode.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Episode.
Oh, I think Frances might have to.
Oh,
You look like you were going to go somewhere, Frances. Oh yeah,
Oh,
she's
Frances.
she's got to go.
okay.
Francis got a thing with a guy.
Francis has this thing I've done. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. It's called a job.
A paying job. A paying job.
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 Paid word.
Okay.
What?
But she's calling us in between because it's one of those gigs where it's not really written yet. And so
She didn't hang up though.
She didn't
And
hang
so
up. We just have
see
the-
her
oh no,
couch.
she's gonna come back. She's gonna come back.
Okay.
Oh,
So it's not really written yet, so she has to write it.
No, she got one of those scripts that are like, we'll tell you in a minute. Like one of those.
They're past the pinks. They're onto the purples and the greens. By
Oh
now.
yeah, no, they're talking teleprompter. It's but hey, the point is, apparently, allegedly, she will receive funds for this effort.
In exchange for her effort to do whatever it is
Exactly,
she's
it's
doing.
very odd. It's a new thing they're trying with Black folks, and if this pilot program works,
Congratulations.
maybe I could get paid too. Thank
That would
you.
be nice.
We didn't want to miss seeing you, Jody, filling in for Mama, and especially after last night.
That's right.
Yes.
Let's hear your thoughts, Miss Lady, on what happened last night. What did you think?
I thought it was amazing. And let me tell you something, because they did the thing that didn't happen in the OJ trial, which is focus up on the guilt.
Yep.
Focus up. All this like blah, blah, blah. No. They said it from the beginning, Benny Thompson, let's change from the beginning, that Donald Trump was the director of this planned, rehearsed, executed violence attempt at an insurrection. This domestic terrorist act was in fact aided and abetted and guided by key people who many of whom are in office or who work in government. Mm-hmm. And the person coordinating it on the day was quite clearly Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was impressively and forcefully said and illustrated.
I agree. In fact, we have Benny Thompson here talking about this.
Here?
In legal jargon, you hear about seditious conspiracy, obstruction of an official proceeding. Conspiracy to defraud the United States boils down to this. January 6th was the culmination of an attempted coup, a brazen attempt, as one writer put it shortly after January 6th, to overthrow the government. The violence was no accident. It represented Trump's last stand, most desperate chance to halt the transfer of power.
Yeah, I mean, it was even Brett Baer said it looks really bad, and this is a foxy guy.
Yeah.
He's not foxy. I mean, he's on the Fox. He assessed that Donald Trump looks really bad. He said, my point is, okay, this is bad typing, that if this was a planned thing, the filmmakers with the Proud Boys and they pass by the speech, they go right into this confrontation. Hi, doggy. You know who's talking. See, I'm quoting you to you.
It's also trash day, which I think is poetic.
Yeah.
He said they go right to this confrontation, and then it happens. They see only one or two guards. Why they didn't have more security is a big question. I know why. Donald Trump didn't help with that.
Yep.
The focus seemed to be targeted at, he says President Trump, I say Donald, and he looks really bad in this presentation. He's just watching the TV and kind of applauding to what's happening. And then Cheney says that maybe Mike Pence maybe deserves to be hung. Mark Short said the vice president didn't hear that at the time. He didn't hear the chance. He didn't talk to President Trump that day. He actually didn't talk to him for 5 days. I think that's good that is also talking favorably about the hearings, which apparently last night Fox News didn't even bother with commercials like we thought they were going to do to make a little bit more money. They just didn't want anybody watching it. I mean, did you turn to Fox News at all? Because I didn't.
I can't. No, my fingers won't do that.
Right.
It's the disease called can't standism.
Right.
It's and I can't. Frances can do that. She can listen to that. I can't. But you do know it got to them because they referenced it. Yeah. See, I thought what they would do is do alternative programming and not bring it up at all. Mm-hmm. But they could not bring it up because, and I agree with a lot of people who have said this. I think the reason that Fox News is not going to air these hearings is because they're complicit in this conspiracy.
Absolutely.
Not because they care about educating or not educating or whatever the public, but because they themselves have members of that staff who are in fact guilty of participating in this.
Absolutely.
Did you? I don't know if you heard earlier. Jody pointed this out. Chris caught the news. The Fox News producer who was the first one to call Arizona for Biden will be testifying on Monday during the live hearing. So a Fox News producer will be testifying about Fox's involvement in ginning up all of this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you. You know what? Let me tell you something about that director too. Last night, I don't trust Shady McShade a lot. I'm suspicious of people who hang out with Nazis. That's how I run, right?
Fair.
But the idea that I have been more right about this, and I'm going to tell you something, more right about this than even I thought I could be. That not only do they have a file labeled crimes we committed, they brought a documentarian to make sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was saying that the other day. It's very Nazi-esque because the Nazis filmed everything that they were doing, thinking that would be good for posterity. And
it is. It's very good for posterity.
But not like how they think.
Exactly. I'm like, I mean, we do Idiot of the Week as a podcast every week, and these people live it. Like, when you are committing crimes, you really shouldn't film yourself doing it.
No,
it's just a general note. I don't like the critique, but it's a general note.
Well, it's like with Ari Melber and Peter Navarro. Dude, you're on tape talking to me.
Yeah.
Other people can witness this.
And I love it that Ari tells him every time. He's like, you're like, everybody's listening. You're telling me this right now on TV. He tells him, and Peter Navarro's like, no, I'm not. And you're like, I can't with you people.
Kind of did.
Yeah.
Not too bright in the head.
Nope.
I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what at all he has been drinking
and
or smoking.
he worked in the White House.
Yes, he did.
Did you by any chance? I tweeted this out. Did you watch the Peter Navarro clips without the sound on?
No.
Oh, it looks like he's done a line of cocaine. His hair is like all messy. And the eyes get all crazy, and watch him outside the courtroom with the sound off. It is, and then play the Benny
Thompson?
Benny Hill.
Benny Hill music underneath it in your head.
Benny Thompson music.
You know what I loved was watching Liz Cheney. Because let me tell you something about Liz. Whenever it does hurt my eyes, I have to refocus when I see I'm watching her, because that's not something I would choose to do normally. But she got saucy. I mean, when she was late, she was like, and to my Republican colleagues. Like, she got saucy. I was like, ooh,
there's
it
a little
tastes
bit of
good
head
in your
shake
mouth,
there.
isn't it?
Yes, there was.
Yeah.
She had a little bit of
little head shake.
just slight. And she, you know, bless her for us now. You know, I mean, I'm glad that she's on our side for the moment. And Chris believes that she will not be winning her primary.
I no. She's so far behind.
Is she really?
Yeah, she is. Yeah, so she has.
Well, I mean, we have to
lose.
remember that these voters voted for her, so they're not the bright. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like, this
exactly,
people
Also
already
true.
had a problem.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, what we're upset about is that they're not picking her, which
The
is
lesser
a
of
weird
evils?
place to be. Yeah, well, the way lesser, but still, I mean,
Evil.
this is
She
not.
may find a
yeah,
way to be
she-
even more powerful outside of Congress.
When you strike me
Learn
down,
from
I'll only
Trump.
become more powerful.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, I mean, she's
Right,
going to run for
like
president.
Obi-Wan,
Yes.
Yes.
like a Jedi.
yeah. Exactly.
That's what she's doing.
She's going to put the hood on soon.
Strike me down now, and
And
I
she
will
just
only become more
appear to
powerful.
people.
Yeah. She can do this.
Yeah.
She's
I would like her powerful outside of office.
outside of office is a great phrase. I like the phrasing of
Uh-huh.
that. Yes, absolutely. No, yeah, I mean, she's doing the right thing now, and that's all I can.
Imagine if they had done it for the 4 years before. Like, it's you know, I don't ever want to lose sight
Right.
of who we're dealing with and what these people allowed to grow and yes-anded and were okay with happening under their watch and with okay with deriving benefits from it right up until this. You know, and in fact, there's so few Republicans who have been willing to call this a domestic terrorism and attempted coup exactly what it is. To me, I mean, I have a real problem with calling yourself a Republican in terms of the Republican Party at this point.
Right.
If you want to call yourself a conservative, fine. But if you're aligning with that party right now, then you're aligning with an anti-democratic coup and domestic terrorism. And I can't see it. I really can't see it any other way.
Yeah, I mean, I had friends in college that are staunch, like Reagan Republicans, which still, I don't know why you were that, but it's okay. And even before this happened, this one friend of mine, and he's hardcore conservative. He's like, I am no longer a Republican. I'm voting for Joe Biden. I am all in for him. And I was like, thank you. Please spread it to your friends that are like-minded, you know, because it's important that the reasonable folks get out of that party and form a new Whig party or something that Democrats can actually deal with and negotiate in good faith with to get policy done. Because this party, even with Liz Cheney doing the right thing now, she wasn't doing the right thing when it comes to policy.
She didn't do the right thing on guns this week.
Right.
I mean, that's the reality. They're not doing it. You know, they are literally the Republican Party. Like I like all of us. I'm sick of the both sides do it. I'm sick of the using terms like partisan gridlock. There's no partisan gridlock. There's one party that doesn't believe in democracy.
Right.
That's it. Like there's no gridlock here. This party is a fascist authoritarian party that is actually running on a racist, you know, white ethno-state agenda. That's it.
Absolutely.
We got to stop acting like it's some sort of power move on Mitch McConnell and start attributing that these are his values.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely.